Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today we are playing Gradius V on the PlayStation 2. So this is a really good spaceship shoot 'em up, side-scrolling. Definitely a lot of fun. Just a quick note: it's a PlayStation 2 game, but I'm actually playing it on my original PlayStation 3. Like, here's my PlayStation 3 controller. Here's a little menu that pops up. Just a kind of a quick side note, normally a lot of people don't like to play backwards compatible games on a widescreen TV, like a 4:3 native, like a 4:3 native resolution where it's stretched out. But Gradius V, I actually do, because it's a side-scrolling spaceship shooter, and actually fits the screen, actually fits really well. So I'm actually playing it that way, in case you're wondering. It's a native 4:3 game. But Gradius V, part of the Gradius series, also spin-off games, Life Force, Salamander, stuff like that. Gradius 3 was really good on Super Nintendo. Nemesis on Game Boy. But anyway, you hit start. This version is actually two-player co-op, which is really nice. When you first start your game, you get 4 types of weapons that you can pick. Different missiles, different double shots. The lasers are all the same. The multiples, which are like those little orange orbs that follow your ship around, you get different variations of them in this game. Like, they're tied to your L or your R1 button. Like, if you hold down the R1 button, you can make them freeze in place, or you can change the direction of them, or you can have them like a little formation where they go up and down, or you can have them rotate around your ship. Like, you hold the button, they rotate around. If you don't, they follow you like normal. Also, a quick note, I don't have the save file on my PlayStation 3. I got it on a PlayStation 2 memory card. But if you have the game where you've beaten the game, you actually can hit right and go over to another menu during the weapon selection and select a whole bunch of more options. Like a bunch of classic stuff like the ripple laser and the charge shot, different kinds of missiles and stuff like that. So don't think that they left stuff out. They just kind of left it where you have to unlock it. So this game is definitely crazy. It can get really hard. But my first time playing the Gradius series was actually Life Force on NES. And Life Force is really good on NES because it is a two-player co-op, also known as Salamander overseas. And it had an arcade game as well. And I wish Life Force was available, the NES version, on the Nintendo Switch, as part of like all the NES games, like NES Online. But it does have the arcade version available through the Arcade Archives. So definitely check that out if you want to give it a shot. So if you never played this before, you got different options. You can like different power-up options. You can speed up your ship a little bit. You can get shoot missiles. Get like a double shot where you shoot in multiple directions. You can make your shots more powerful with the laser ability, and then you can add the multiple ability, which is basically like having another ship follow you around. These little enemies here were like the final boss in Life Force, and now you fight them in the very beginning, like a whole bunch of them. So, like I said, it's a PlayStation 2 game. Originally came out around 2005, I think, 2004, 2005, kind of in that ballpark. And it was an interesting time for video games because, PlayStation 1 had been out, PlayStation 2 had been out for a little while, Xbox, PlayStation 3 and the 360 were kind of on the horizon. But this is when you started to see a lot of 2D games coming out, like a kind of return to that 2D style of gameplay from the 8-bit and 16-bit in our arcade years. Oh, I gotta make sure I don't run into those guys. So you get hit one time and you die. So it doesn't start off too difficult, but it gets pretty difficult. But anyway, it kind of, a lot of the games around this era kind of returned to that style, that 2D style of gameplay. Like you had this game here, even with the 3D polygon graphics. You had this game here, you had Contra, Shattered Soldier, you had Mega Man X Maverick Hunter on PSP, and just various other types of games coming out. So I'm trying to concentrate here and not die. But yeah, like I mentioned earlier, my first exposure to the Gradius series was Life Force on NES. I have played the first Gradius way later, and then I played, of course, Life Force has two-player co-op on NES, and then I played Gradius 3 on the Super Nintendo shortly when that came out, and that was a really good game. It had a lot of slowdown, though, because it was a launch title. A lot of those early Super Nintendo games were susceptible to a lot of slowdown because of how weak the CPU is. Also, if you notice, like, I'm tapping the R1 button to kind of keep my multiples centered, kind of a nice little trick, and that concentrates all my laser fire there. But anyway, Gradius 3 on Super Nintendo was susceptible to a lot of slowdown because of all the stuff on the screen. In fact, there is a SA1 hack that you can download, and it makes the game much more smoother, and actually makes it a lot harder too. So definitely worth playing. But as good as that game was, I was also disappointed because I went from playing Life Force to Gradius 3, and Gradius 3 did not have any kind of two-player co-op mode, which was really disappointing because I really loved that in Life Force. So when I saw this game came out, and I think I just randomly came across it online, excuse me, still got that cough a little bit. But anyway, randomly saw online that the I better drink some tea real quick here. But randomly saw that the game was coming out that day or pretty soon, so went over to Game Crazy at the time, because Game Crazy was still around, and picked up a copy and fell in love with this game right away. So, yes, this is still that COVID cough. Make it a little hard to make videos, but that's okay. It's really a mild cough. It's not too bad. I don't have COVID. I had COVID. Had COVID a month and a half ago. But the cough is gonna linger for a while. So graphics in this were really good for a PlayStation 2 game. Definitely a lot of fun. And there's some great arcade-style spaceship shoot-'em-ups that are out there. But I think this one's probably my favorite. And it gets pretty crazy. It gets pretty hard. There's sections where it throws a lot of stuff at you, and you really got to pay attention. I'm playing it on normal difficulty. You can play it on easy. I played it on hard a couple times. Normally when I play through the levels, I like to play with the multiples that can shoot in any direction, because that makes playing through the stages a little easier. But playing through like the boss fights, where I can kind of keep my multiples in a formation, makes it easier during the boss fights. So the multiple rotation ability is kind of a nice little happy medium. Kind of a little spoiler right here. This stage is actually the final stage. You can see the other ship above me there. The final stage is you actually play the upper half. You do like a little time travel thing. There we go. Get my force field strengthened up a little bit. I also had Nemesis on the original black and white Game Boy, which is another Gradius spin-off. Doesn't quite have all the bells and whistles and features as the other Gradius games, but it was pretty good. They also made a Gradius game on the Game Boy Advance. I want to say Gradius Galaxies. Oh my god, he's shooting a bunch of shit at me. Oh crap. So if you die, you can grab your multiples right away. There we go. Get kind of a second of invulnerability. Let's wait for the eyeball to show up. But Gradius on the Game Boy Advance was a really good version of the game too. That was really enjoyable. I still got that game. And they re-released some of the older ones on PSP as well. And I think it also there's another Gradius game. I want to say Gradius Gaiden or something like that. It was only in Japan. But it came out on Sega Saturn and also eventually came out in the United States on PSP. And that was a really good version of the game as well. Oh, crap. Oh, crap. There we go. But yeah, this one's definitely my favorite, followed by Life Force, followed by the Game Boy Advance game. And of course, that little brain monster is actually the final boss. Kind of morphs into a bunch of crazy stuff. And there is a Konami code in this. It's, I believe it's up, up, down, down, left, right, LR instead of BA, because there is no BA. So it's a modified Konami code. Alright, now we're on a little chain of boss fights here. Of course, these are enemies that were in previous Gradius games. And we're going to see how far I get without having to use a continue. You can see here where kind of being able to keep all your multiples concentrated into a formation is definitely beneficial against the boss fights. This is where it gets a little crazy. Ooh. Oh crap. Oh crap. Of course, if you're playing on a harder difficulty, there's a lot more stuff flying at you. No, I actually like this better than R-Type. A friend of mine, an old roommate, he was a fan of R-Type over Gradius. Ooh, ah, dang, keep getting hit by this stuff. There we go, got one half of it. Lost my force field though. Hopefully I'll get a couple more power-ups where I can get my force field back. Yeah, if you're a fan of spaceship shooters, definitely give this a shot. And it got a digital re-release on the PlayStation 3. But they really need to bring it back on a modern system. And it's a PlayStation 2 game, so it's not like it needs a lot. Alright, this boss can get a little crazy. You want to get the very top one, the very bottom one first if you can. There we go, got the top one. Come on, get it? Yes! We're in good shape. We're in good shape. Oh, now it's going to get a little crazier. Oh, almost got it. Almost got it. So close. Look how close I was. That's a good boss fight, though. Yeah, that's what made Gradius 4 on... I think they made Gradius 4 on PlayStation 2 when it launched. It was like a Gradius collection game. It didn't use the polygon graphics. It still used sprites, I believe. Kind of hard to get behind these things. Like if you have the ones that shoot multi-directional, you can just shoot backwards. And when you're first time playing, as you keep playing, the more points you get, the more your credit limit goes up. Like when you die and you have a certain number of credits to kind of, you know, restart the game. Not restart the game, but pick up where you left off. Your credit limit goes up and up and up as you keep playing, and then eventually you get unlimited credits, so that way you can still beat the game and unlock all the extra weapons and stuff. So definitely pace to destroy as much as you can. Yeah, I mean, this game, if it got some kind of re-release or sequel with like an online play component to it, that would be so awesome. That was kind of my one regret when this game came out. Because online gaming was still in its infancy when it came out. There was only very few PlayStation 2 games that had online play. A lot of Xbox games had online play, but it was still in its infancy. And of course, this did not come out on Xbox. Ugh. Just trying to grab all the multiples while I can. Yeah, there we go. Watch out for all the shots. I think I need to go back a little bit so my controller still reaches my PlayStation. One more power up and I get my laser back. And there's some good Neo Geo games that are kind of like this as well. More specifically like R-Type that are available on the Nintendo Switch eShop. Alright, so we got the laser back. I gotta watch out for the multi-directional, all the little turrets and stuff, because I don't have the multi-directional multiples. I'm still doing okay. I got missiles that kind of shoot backwards a little bit. One more power up and I can get my force field back. Excellent. This guy here is a little tricky. There we go. I can't get that power up. And squeeze through there. Yeah, there we go. A little easier to take those things out when you got the multi-directional multiple. Yeah, there's actually a section of the game where it has a stage where you actually go through it backwards. with your ship facing forward. And my force field's not completely out yet, so that's a good sign. Now I'm playing on normal difficulty here. But if you got a PlayStation 2 laying around or a PlayStation 3 that's backwards compatible with PS2 games, definitely give this game a shot. I think the value of it has actually gone up a little bit. Let's see if I can get that thing right there. Spits out the ships. Yeah, there we go. Get the other one. Nah, I can't get the other one. Ooh, can I get the ship? Get the ship. Yeah, there we go. Racking up the points. Not enough video games care about points anymore. Alright, now we got a boss fight. This is an interesting boss fight because it's like this little crawling kind of thing that kind of follows you around. There we go. Gotta get below it. Now its core is not exposed yet. This is one of those stages where the multi-directional thing is makes it much easier. Including the boss fight. But the backwards missiles definitely help. And there are missiles that just shoot straight forward as well. It's one of the extra options when you beat the game. Now this guy's going to knock the blocks down, so you kind of got to watch out for that. He's going to knock that center one down. Alright, so his core is exposed because it's blue. Oh. Alright, doing okay, doing okay. Oh, not doing okay. Oh, not doing okay. I'm going to knock that thing out of the way. It's going to be a little harder without the lasers. Actually, it's a good time to kind of cheat and show you the Konami code. So if I go up, up, down, down, left, right, LR. There we go. And if you do L2, R2 instead of L1, R1, it'll give you the doubles for a power-up instead of the lasers. And this guy will start shooting crap at you really quick here. I missed him. And I think you can only do the Konami code just a few times. Come on, almost got him. Almost got him. Yes! This is my last life. This is it. Actually, I may get another life if I gain some more points, but... cool fiery graphics. If you've never played this type of game before, just look for something similar like it, like R-Type or anything like that. Definitely worth picking up. Alright, get my missiles. A lot of the stages usually have some kind of theme to them. Oh, come on, need one more laser. There we go. Yes, laser makes such a huge difference. Like there's one stage in Gradius V where it's just a bunch of bubbles. All the enemies are like giant bubbles. And you shoot them and the bubbles get smaller, but there's more of them. Alright, got a force field out, that's good. Now we gotta fly into the giant vagina outer space monster. They fly into this giant life form and kill it from the inside. Reminds me of an episode of Star Trek Voyager, actually, where they fly into this giant alien life form, kind of like this, and it eats away at the ship slowly. But it also controls them telepathically, where they think they're going into a wormhole to get back to Earth. Alright, let's hit the things to redo my force field. Repowering up my force field is saving me. Take that thing out right away before it spawns some arms. Can I get it now? Yeah, there we go. Doing all right. Oh, damn. I was hoping to get that thing right away. Come on, take that thing out. There we go. Yeah, so if you die and you fail to pick up your multiples, and it's just your ship, your lone ship doesn't always do enough damage to take everything out here. So it can definitely it can definitely get pretty crazy. So there's also stages where it's side-scrolling, but then it kind of goes up, side-scrolling and down, and the gravity has stuff falling down on you and stuff like that. This is a crazy game. But if you like this style of game, you know, like the spaceship shooter 'em ups and stuff like that, definitely, excuse me again. Definitely hunt for it, pick it up. If you got a PlayStation 3, PlayStation 3s are pretty cheap. And I'm pretty sure you can still buy PlayStation 3 games online. Oh, yeah, see, my credit limit increased. So, but yeah, definitely hunt out the game. Definitely give it a shot. Grab a friend. Grab someone to play with. That way you're playing two-player. And there's an easy mode as well. I mean, I'm playing on normal. So, all my scores are in WO. So, that's a pro wrestling reference for anyone that doesn't get that. But anyway, thanks for watching. See you guys in the next video. Leave a comment down below. Let me know what you think, and see you guys later. Thank you for coming to my video. If you would like to help my channel grow, please like and subscribe, and please click on this little bell icon so you never miss a future video.